on your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say, I dabbled in stand-up for something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So if you're listening on iTunes right now, please leave a 5-star review. I'm doing comedy. I'm so excited to get back on the road. Next week, I'll be in Austin, Texas, at the Cap City Comedy Club in Austin. I'm so excited to go back to Texas. So that's next Thursday. I'm going to be on InfoWars next week. I'm figuring out what time I have to be there, but it's very exciting. So stay tuned for that. Then I'll be headlining in Philly Wednesday, September 14th at the Helium Comedy Club. Then in Jersey, Friday, September 16th and Saturday, September 17th at Scotty's Comedy Cove in Springfield, New Jersey. Joining me will be the very funny Kevin Dombrowski. Then I'll be headlining in Bridgeport, Connecticut, Thursday, September 22nd at the Stress Factory. Don't stress, just come and laugh. I just made that up. That's not their slogan, I promise. Then I'm off to New Orleans, Friday, September 30th. And Saturday, October 1st, doing 4 shows at the Comedy House, New Orleans. Then we got the Comedians of the Compound at the Orlando Improv, Thursday, October 27th. Come see me, Gino Bisconti, Anthony Cumia, Alex Stein, Lila Hart. And after this show, we're kicking off our 48-hour Content House live stream, coming to you straight from Orlando, Florida. How very tropical. It'll be so exciting to get back into the warm weather once it's fall. A quick shout out to our sponsor. Yes, Nickel City Cigars. They are my favorite, very based, very awesome small business. They are veteran owned. They are operating out of Buffalo, New York. If you're a cigar person, you will really love their stuff. It's all handcrafted, very just like not bougie, but special, like artisanal, like not brands you can get everywhere else. Very special, fun brands. I describe that very poorly, but that's what happens when you don't get a read. You just improv. Go to nickelcitycigars.com, and if you buy anything from there and use CMP at the checkout, you get 15% off. Don't we love savings? Cigars and savings. And last but not least, go to flagranttriggers.com. They are my merch site for my hilarious shirts. You can get the classic Root for Fruitin' shirt, Johnny Dabbler, Keep Dabbling, Simpcast, Mayor, Make America Great Again, and Smayer. $27 includes shipping. Super soft shirts. You can do anything in these shirts, and I mean anything. That was weird how I tried to make that sexy. It's just t-shirts. I mean, you could definitely have sex in a t-shirt. Why not? Okay, this is a perfect segue into my guest because she is super sexy. She is a content creator. You can find her on OnlyFans. She's kind of a big deal. I'm so excited to talk about so many things with her. We had a pre-chat and I was like, I'm in love. I'm in love with this gal. Welcome to the show, Ms. Nikki Benz. Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Of course. Do you like this or do you like zoomed in?
I like it how you like it, baby.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Nikki, what's going on?
Flirting? I think we just flirted.
I think I'm about to come out as bisexual. Although, remember back in the day, you didn't have to come out as bisexual. You just were considered fun at parties. You know, you didn't have to like
Yeah, you just made out with chicks and went home, whatever.
Yeah, big deal. Uh, so for those of you who are not familiar with Nikki Benz, we'll do a little bit of like your origin story, how you got into the biz, just in case. I mean, I doubt it. Probably everybody listening is a huge fan, but um, when I have someone on for the first time, I like to get a little bit into the origin story. So, Nikki, you're born in the Ukraine,
Correct.
from Canada.
Correct. Grew up in Toronto. Yeah. By the way,
Grew up
am
in
I
Toronto.
beautiful face or the camera? I never know where to look.
You look
But
wherever you like. I know what you mean because my camera is above the screen.
let me
So
know how I look like if I look at the camera versus your face.
you can look wherever you want. I know
I'm
the
gonna
feeling
look at
though.
your face. You're going.
Just
Okay.
look at my face. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. You can look at my titties.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if that was okay. I've been looking at them the whole time. I'm
You have
glad
my.
it's okay.
It's all good. Okay, back to my origin.
Origin story.
Born in Ukraine, born in a city called Mariupol, which is, I had to stop following what's going on because I cried for so long. It's just so sad, but I'm pretty sure that city is no longer even existent. It's just like,
And that's the only thing I know about Ukraine is hearing about that city.
yeah, they completely destroyed it. I don't even know if it's Russian or Ukraine. I just had I literally bawled my eyes out daily for like a week. And then after I felt like I had no more tears left. So I'm like, I was just so depressed. But I grew up in Toronto, Canada. Very blessed to have
Do you have any
I
family
have
over there? Okay.
all of my immediate family is in Toronto in Canada. Thankfully, thank the Lord, the universe or whatever. But my distant family that I don't know them, but they're my family. I grew up in Toronto. I've never went back to Ukraine ever. I wanted to go back in 2014, and what a lot of people didn't know until this time is the war started in 2014. So I never got to go because them motherfuckers invaded, and I was like, fuck, well, I don't want to get shot. So I just, didn't go. And I've never been back to my motherland. Yeah.
Would
And I'll
you
never
be
go back.
able you can't go back, or you
Well,
wouldn't
I
want
just
to?
don't even know if the city that I was born in
It's still there.
is there. Is it going to become another country eventually? Like, who knows?
Ugh, that's so crazy.
And it's crazy that it's happening in 2022. Like, I thought we were beyond that, you know?
Yeah, it feels frustrating to keep up with because you feel like even as much news as you can possibly keep up with, you're always left feeling, at least I always feel like, they're probably not telling us the truth. And like, you could spend all day reading news and you'll just feel ultimately like bummed out and black
Yeah.
pilled. So yeah.
Yeah. But I grew up in Toronto, Canada, fun city. Drake, you guys all know Drake is from that city. We got a lot of fun people. You like how I segregate that out?
Yes, Drake. Everyone knows Drake.
416. And then I moved to LA in 2004, and I've been here for a long, long time. I feel more Americanized than anything just because, man, I pay a lot of fucking taxes. And I've been here the longest, Yeah.
And so you were in LA through the pandemic.
Yeah, in 2020. Yeah. Yeah, that was scary times, man.
Did you think too, like a lot of people like escaped from cities? I mean, like a lot of people were told, "Oh, move out of cities." People are still saying move out of cities.
Yeah.
But did you stay for work or just because you liked it
Well,
there?
luckily, that's when OnlyFans blew up for everybody. I mean, literally everybody that I know bought a house after 2020.
Oh my god. House money. I forget. Like I forget. I know people make a lot of money, but I have no idea.
You were holed up, and what are you gonna do? You're just gonna do OnlyFans. You can't leave for a year, and then you just stack up. And literally, I know so many girls in my industry who bought homes right after.
Wow. Wow. And so it sounds like you were in OnlyFans before the pandemic, but it got popular for everybody. Did you feel because I have some friends who were like, "Oh, I was in OnlyFans before the pandemic, and then all these new girls came in, and it was, they feel a type of way about the new girls that got in just during the pandemic."
Okay, two things. One,
Like
I
it's
don't know if it's
competition or something.
my internet or if it's your internet. You like sounded like an alien for 2 seconds. It could be my
Oh,
internet.
wow.
Or maybe it's you, girl. But
Okay,
can you
maybe they're
ask me
coming to get me. Okay. I was gonna say, did you feel it sounds like your answer is gonna be no, but did you feel a little
Oh,
weird when so many more girls started joining OnlyFans? Like, almost like, "Ah, okay." Like, it's
I
crowded
never
now.
feel I never feel any type of way when people make money. I don't care how you make your money. Like there's enough for everybody. What I did feel, and I called it out on my social media, is when those girls used to look down on us, right? Like you're on OnlyFans, and then all of a sudden they're sucking dick on OnlyFans too, right? So I'm like, wait a minute. So now your story changed? Like, come on now.
Yeah, and I've heard it's a slippery slope. Like you'll go on with the intention. Girls that are not professionals, right? Like they'll go on with the intention of like, oh, I'll just, have bikini photos. And then it doesn't take very much for you to just be like, well, I'm all the way in now.
Well, because it's like guys get bored of that, and then there'll be a nip slip, and then something else, and then little tip in the mouth, whatever. Everybody's a porn star now. But no, to answer your question, I don't care if more people look, make your money. Like I really do feel like there's enough for everybody. Like the pie chart is big, but I just don't like when people look down on somebody and then they become essentially a porn star, but they don't call themselves that. It's like, girl, I can see your badge.
Yeah, that's so hypocritical. That's crazy. They're just kidding themselves. Like they want to think that they're better than somebody else.
Right.
It's really crazy. So I was watching in a previous interview of you. You were inspired by Pamela Anderson from Baywatch back in the day, and that's what kind of inspired you to get into the industry.
Oh, no, not
You're like, I want boobs like her.
so she inspired me. Pamela Anderson inspired me to get my titties. Since I was 14, I wanted them because I just remember her running on the beach in Malibu or whatever the fuck she was running in her little thing. And I just remember seeing her titties. And at 14, I'm like, I want that. Like for me,
Wow.
I never did it for a guy. You know, some girls do it for their guy. No, I did it for
Yeah.
me. Jenna Jameson was the reason why I got into the industry. Because my then boyfriend watched a lot of her porn, and I'm like, wow, she's really hot. Let me research this girl. And I'm like, damn, I kind of want to do what she's doing. So my boyfriend never like pushed me into it. It was my choice completely, but he exposed me to it. And here
Yeah.
I fucking am.
And here you are. So you knew that that's what you wanted to do. You didn't like waste any time working in an office or anything like that. You just were like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah, I started stripping to save money for college because I don't come from a rich family. And then I realized that's not what I want to do. Like, I literally thought to myself, oh my God, 7 years of school, and then God knows how many more after that. And then like student loan debt. I just thought about all of that and I wanted to throw up. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like the 9 to 5 wearing a suit is not for me. I know a lot of lawyers, and I always ask them if they like their job, and they all fucking hate it.
So you were thinking about law school.
Yeah, and they all hate it, and they wish they didn't do it. They did it for a lot of wrong reasons because their parents are lawyers. They pushed them into it. It's like a cultural thing, and yeah, I think I'm a lot happier than a lot of attorneys out there.
They all seem pretty overworked and stressed. And it seems like with so many of those like corporate professional jobs, like working insane hours and making your job your life is pretty much expected. Did you know what type of law you wanted to do, or did you feel like more like, okay, this is just a good job to pursue?
At the time, I wanted to be a criminal attorney just because I thought it was the most exciting type of attorney to be. People don't realize that when you're an attorney, all you do is paperwork. It's just a lot of paperwork. But when you're a criminal attorney, you actually get to leave your office and go to court and fight people. So I thought that was cool.
Well, I'm sure you've done scenes where you're a lawyer, so maybe it's the best of both worlds.
Let me tell you, it was miserable wearing that suit all day. Hell nah. And I'm like, how do people do this all of their lives. No way. I know I really love what I do. I consider myself blessed. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, anybody can do what you do. Not really.
Not true.
I sacrificed a lot, right? Like I still get stereotyped. People still look down on people in my industry, unfortunately, even though they love my donation money for charities and IRS fucking loves my ass. But like, you know, I sacrifice a lot. But at the end of the day, I really love waking up and I'm like, I can do whatever the fuck. Like if I don't have, I do work a lot, but I can like actually do my own schedule and I am my own boss. And I think that type of freedom is something that no corporate job can buy you until you're retired.
Definitely. And you're like old, too old to enjoy your life, basically.
I mean,
Where do
a fuck.
where do you feel like most of the judgment is coming from?
I would say honestly mainstream media, because you know they were, to them we're a laughing stock. We'll never be equal. We'll never have a union. Just like Hollywood, just they'll never accept porn, but they all consume it. You know, also people in what I like to call flyover states. Because people in coastal cities are more open-minded, right? Like
That's most of America. Yeah.
right, right. Flyover states, they go to church, they pray to Jesus or whatever. They judge you, but they're your biggest fan. You know, when I used to regularly feature dance and go to those states, oh my God, they knew my shoe size, my dog name, this, that, the other, and then the next day they go to church and repent for meeting me. You know what I mean? Like
There's
those,
definitely a lot of conflicted feelings. I think a lot of this judgment comes like not every girl or guy, but like specifically girls, not every girl is cut out to do this kind of work. And I think what these people are sympathetic to are the girls that are not cut out for it, but they stay working in it anyway because they really need the money or they're in an abusive situation or whatever. And I think they wrongly assume that every girl working in the industry is a victim or in a bad situation. And honestly, like some women are born to do it and are great at it, and it never takes like an emotional toll on them. They don't have negative feelings with it. So I think the folks that especially are more religious, they like it probably does come from a good place, but they feel like, oh, you know.
yeah, I mean, that, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, that was something that I thought too, and I like feel bad admitting it, but I thought prior to getting into the industry, I thought, oh my God, are they on drugs? Like, what's wrong with them? Like, why are they doing this? I wasn't on drugs when I got into industry. I just really I was so just enamored, and so I just admired, and it was really glamorous back then. Like, it's different now. Anyone can put makeup on and fucking show their pussy on OnlyFans. Back then it was a huge production to make a movie. It was like literally glamorous and beautiful, and I was just enamored by all that. But where the fuck are we going with this?
We were going with
I tend to
people who are judgmental of girls in the industry.
Yeah, and like I wanted to get into it. I wanted to entertain people, and exactly in a sexual way. So I hate when people are like, well, what happened to you? Why are you doing this? I'm like, bitch, what happened to you? You're jerking over me. You're literally spilling like all this seed, which is a sin, motherfucker. I read the Bible, and then you come and judging me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of the most judgmental people are ones that regularly watch porn all the time. I'm gonna get to a couple of these messages from Satan's taint. Apologies if some of these are like really inappropriate. PSA, I'm only a few inches, but smell like a foot. Wow. Okay. Thank you. This is from one of my super fans, Chrissie Mayr. I can't wait to see Nikki on Saturday, September 10th in New York City. Yes, you're feature dancing next week in New York at Sapphire.
Yes. Oh my gosh. My first feature dance gig since 2019, baby. I don't know how it is out there. I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, you haven't been to New York since 2019 or not?
I haven't been to New York. I haven't been to a strip club. Like, I don't know if it's just a different vibe post-COVID.
Yeah, I haven't been to a strip club post-COVID either. So Michael in the chat is gonna have to tell us.
Yeah, but you go
what
to
it's like.
clubs. How is it for you? Is it different?
It's starting to feel like, attendance-wise, the numbers are back to where they were, and I used to have a chip on my shoulder thinking that, like, all New York City audiences, like, didn't wanna laugh, they were all cunty, they were all, like, super liberal and not, you know, prejudging me, and I realized it was, like, in my head 'cause I had a couple good shows pretty recently where I was like, "Okay, they're laughing at me making fun of Biden, like, they're laughing at," some girl in the front row was from Australia. I was like, "Oh, you're from basically China with koalas." I forget what I called it, but, like, so they were laughing at things that I didn't expect them to because 'cause I'm thinking like, "Oh, everyone in New York City is super liberal." Maybe most of them are, but I'm s I have hope, I've been seeing good crowds, so I think it's probably back to normal at the old strip club.
I don't know who I just heard this statistic and I don't know if it was Joe Rogan or who or but basically recently 1 million Democrats have switched parties this year.
Wow. I figured it would be more. Yeah, there's probably also a lot of independents or people who are just not switching their
Or
party.
they
They're
just
just
like or they yeah, or they're a lot of people are becoming apolitical too because they're like, fuck all these shit. You know?
Yeah, it's really hard to know what side to be on. You can make an argument that neither side really truly cares for the average American. So,
Well,
it's
like they say,
interesting.
it's one bird with two different wings, right? So you gotta decide what you want to be.
Oh, yeah, it's all the same bird. Okay, from push-ups, do you remember life in Mariupol? I think you
How do you
sort of touched on Mariupol.
how to pronounce it? I don't even know how to pronounce it. I remember certain things, yeah, but like I was a kid, so you remember like kid stuff, like playing and I don't know, going fishing, going to the beach, but
How old were you when you left for Canada?
10.
Aw,
I wasn't like that little, but I was little, or like
yeah,
9.5, yeah.
yeah, that's you're probably not gonna remember much. From Baron von Blair to Chrissy, and Baywatch is opening. Yes, that makes me wanna run in slow motion for sure. Some people stand in the darkness. Okay, from push-ups, isn't office foreplay office work? I guess so. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I'm excited. You'll be back in New York. Well, if you're around, you can do if you're around that Monday, you can do my Monday show at Compound Media. I don't know what your schedule is like.
Girl, I wish, first of all, that I would have known that ahead of time. I would actually stay, but I'm like literally in and out. I fly in. I maybe will take a 30-minute nap. I'm gonna do my makeup and eat and go to the club, and then I'm getting the fuck out of there.
What is your prep like? Do you have like a certain playlist you listen to? Like, how do you hype yourself up before a
I
night of feature dancing?
I do dance to hip hop, and I always have a struggle picking music out because what sounds good in my car, and then sometimes it played at a club, I'm like, oh no, 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 this is not it. It's too like gangster. I swear to God, like I gotta. My struggle is picking out music because you have to like appease a wide audience, and you have to like be happy and poppy, and I don't really listen to that shit in my car. So you tell me. You tell me. I'm asking my fans to help me. The new Nicki Minaj song, I'm gonna play that. The Freak
Okay. Super
song.
Freak?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
think
play
so.
that. I can relate to that song. I'll play that.
Okay.
Little Kim, Hum Me Licks, I can play that,
There we
'Cause
go. Yeah, guys, put your
she's
recommendations in the chat.
I'm gonna come out though when they announce me to Hustlin' by Rick Ross, every day we're hustling. Because I relate. I relate.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna get a playlist by the end of this.
Playlist popping.
From Flagrant Triggers, Nikki, if I send you some merch, would you grace me with a pic for the site? Oh, this was my t-shirt guy. Hashtag boobman for life. In all seriousness, you ladies look stunning tonight. Ooh, thanks,
Well,
Cam.
we like the sucking up. That's very nice.
Yes, we like the simping, gentle
So the
simping.
answer is yes. I can definitely leave my PO box info, and then we'll take it from there. Because I ain't telling you where I live, okay?
No, I made that mistake once.
Are
A
you
meeting
serious?
yeah, it's just someone I went to high school with. I'm just like, "Alright, I better stop doing that," because he wanted to send me a book I was in. that he wrote me a character in. From Amoeba, Nikki, what questions have become? Oh, this is great and perfect to read halfway in now. What questions have become stale in interviews? What would you like to be asked about?
I think honestly, every interviewer asks me because like they don't I don't think they necessarily do it for themselves. They do it for their audience is how did you get into porn, right? I've answered that over the past 18 years probably a million times, which is like okay because people need to know how to I like answering that question because I don't want people to think I'm a victim, I was sex trafficked, I had a pimp. No, I get into it myself like a boss, okay?
Good.
And what would I like to be asked about? I don't know. That's a really good one. So it's weird because I'm actually really private. So what's great about social media is you can put out what you want to put out. Double entendre. But but so that question kind of stumps me. I don't know because I'm careful about not to reveal too much about my personal life.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know what? I wonder if this is a problem because I noticed this just from being a comedian and podcaster. People get to know you, like the fans. Like it's great. We love the fans. The fans love us. It's great. It's like why we do this. We wouldn't be a public person if we didn't understand and appreciate that part of it. But it sometimes happens where they see so much of you, they feel like they know you, and then they'll barge into your dressing room or send you just too many messages, or it's like, and they maybe know you 70%, but it's like you know them 0%. So that's why it feels like off-putting and a bit much.
Yeah. So
Um,
like, yeah, you definitely have to set boundaries. That happens a lot at like signings, right? Like AVN, one of the biggest conventions that we have. Guys just feel, especially back in the day, it's gotten better. We've gotten like security now that is ready to pounce on you. But back in the day, they just thought it would be okay to like come to you to take a photo with you, grab your ass, pinch your titty, and I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm very like feisty, right? So I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, never okay. And that was before like it was just different back then. I'm talking about like 2003, 2005, 2008. Things have changed since then, thank God. Like you can't just come up to a woman and grab her fucking titty no matter where you are, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, so boundaries were definitely crossed, and I'm glad that they've been established a little harder. But you're right, like the fans think they know you, but they just don't. They only know what you want them to know.
What is like the most egregious or like kind of ridiculous thing that a fan has done like that's crossed a boundary or like it could be creepiest, funniest, weirdest, like most memorable if we were going to give out an award.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I was feature dancing in San Diego, and this guy who didn't he seemed off. He told me he was like used to be in the Marines. He brought me a clock and he said that he made it himself. And there's a tracking device because he knows I travel a lot. So he wants to make sure I'm never lost. I'm like, all right, thank you for that. Then he pulls out a rope. He goes, "Hey, this is part of your gift, but I want you to come out with me, and I have the rest of your gift in a truck." And I get so scared. I get so like, when you just get like so like, I just started shaking, and I'm like, "Security, security, get this."
Yeah, you lost me at rope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And I left the clock at the club so he can track me there all he wanted. But that was really fucking creepy. Like that was just him trying to kidnap me, sex traffic me, and he probably thought I'm dumb enough to fall for it. Like, let's
Oh
be real.
my god, how old were you when this happened or like how many years ago?
This is probably like maybe 10, 12
Jesus,
years
that's so
ago.
scary.
That was the most scared I've ever been from a fan at a feature dance show. Just creepy as fuck. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty creepy. From Premium Nick, Nikki and Chrissy, simping hard for you both. Nikki is easily in my top 5 all-time favorite adult performers. Her OnlyFans is fire. Thank you, Nikki, for your many continuing years of making people happy.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do love when the fans are so appreciative of the work that we do, like not just me, but all the adult girls, because we really do entertain them. And I love making you guys happy. I love making you jerk off. Love it.
Do you ever feel like you can't Well, and who knows if this doesn't come up as much, because I know some girls who their political leanings have, made them miss out on work, or maybe certain places won't work with them anymore, or certain, particular performers. Has that ever been any kind of an issue for you before? And do you feel like it's, overall, is that something that performers kind of like struggle with keeping under wraps?
Well, I think most of Hollywood and LA and adult industry is very liberal and very left leaning. And I feel like there are people that are Republican and they just have to basically hide and not talk about it, which is sad. The party of love and acceptance is basically bullying the other party not to talk about, what they have to talk about. Like, that's how you progress and move forward, when you have like conversations, not like, are you a Trump supporter? No, bitch. I like certain policies. I don't just like read tweets. I read policies and I vote what's best for America. And a lot of these people think with emotions and they don't even know, like, I bet you everybody that voted for Biden didn't even know like what his policies were. I apologize. My notifications for Bank of America are coming through. But I was always a Democrat, and then I switched parties. I became a Republican, and then now I think I'm just a moderate. Because I just realized it's like all bullshit. And
Yeah, and the mainstream media has done such a good job of convincing people, if you simply voted for Trump, you're a horrible person and no further conversation is needed. And it's like, that's a little bit scary when that is half or more than half of the country. So
yeah, and
mm,
what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of people that pay them are actually Republican. They just don't announce it.
yeah,
In Hollywood and in the adult industry, like the big heads. Yeah.
definitely. I want to know if you heard about this girl on OnlyFans. I always love the girls who are like crushing it on OnlyFans, because a lot of my friends do it and I like to see what they're up to. So this is from a gal. My long hair makes me thousands on OnlyFans. No nudes required. She looks kind of like she's giving me Pocahontas vibes, especially with the braids here.
It's really
Um,
cute.
yeah, she's super cute. Her name is Rogena. My pronunciation is horrible. Maca Pagal has
Girl,
had
you're
thousands.
canceled for not pronouncing her name right.
I'm so canceled. This real life Rapunzel has a hair raising hobby that's quickly becoming a main attraction. She's 29. She's ranking in thousands of dollars on OnlyFans simply by showing off her hair. She's from Arizona. She's a project assistant. She started this lucrative side hustle months ago and has been blown away by the money that men play just to see her playing with her hair. My requests are mostly for videos of me playing with my hair, trimming my hair, putting my hair in a bun, having my hair tied up. Some people ask if I can shoot in a wind tunnel. That's not going to
Okay.
be good. 30
Um,
subscribers even pay to watch Maka Pagal get clean, forking out cash for videos of the Tucson local. Well, of course they want to see you in the shower,
I
but she doesn't
mean,
do
good
any
for
nudes.
her. But that just tells me that, man, there's a fetish for everything, like literally.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't realize. Look, I have to tell you, I didn't realize how many different fetishes there were until I started working like more and more for OnlyFans and seeing like different requests from guys. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a no, that's a no, that's a no, that's definitely not a no. I mean, like a big no. Men have weird fetishes, and I want to understand why women don't. Like, why don't
Interesting. Tell me about these weird fetishes. Tell me about your weird requests.
like some of it is not even like okay to talk about, like some guys are just fucking sick, my bro.
Oh, I'm guessing. Let me guess. Let me guess what the inappropriate thing is. Like, do they want you to pretend that you are much younger than you are? Like that kind of a kink?
Or no, like I mean, like this the stepmom is really big right
Okay.
now, right? Like that
Yeah.
that's been accepted. Every girl now, even if you're 23, you're a stepmom to somebody. They fucking love that shit. They love the stepsister play. They love the and I actually tweeted about that. I'm like, you guys, I want to know the psychology behind the stepmom. Like, do you want to fuck your stepmom? And the answer was Most of the guys said no, it's more of a power thing because the stepmom has more authority and power over you. And a few guys said like, yeah, my stepmom was really fucking hot. I actually jerked off over her, you know, whatever, right? Like we all got our sicknesses. But I'm talking about like feces, like
I have a girlfriend on OnlyFans who said the same thing. I had a girl on my wet spot show. She said a guy wanted her to poop and then he wanted to bang in the poop with her. And she said no to that. I wonder if it was the same guy.
well,
Who
this
knows?
guy told me that he would buy me a porcelain toilet and he wanted me to, you know, like so fucking disgusting. Like I can't believe I'm talking about it. And then he would pay me a lot of money and he would come and he wanted to eat it. And I was
He
just
wanted
like,
to eat his own cum?
he wanted to eat my shit.
Okay. Oh.
He wanted to buy me a porcelain toilet, have me shit in it, and then he was gonna eat it. And I literally
Wow.
people like that I block because like there's no amount of like therapy that's gonna help you, and I can't help you. I'm sorry. Like there's no fucking way.
Oh my God. And was he like sending you? I imagine like, do they get to tell you what to eat too if you agree to this? I don't know.
It didn't go beyond that point. First of all, I'm not a fetish model. Like there's a lot of fetish models that do a lot of really extreme fetishes. I started doing like a few things here and there. Like I did a smoking video. I did one stepmom video solo without any actors. I could barely get through it without laughing. Like it's just so funny to me. Like, hi, oh my God, your dad is not home. Hi.
Oh, I think you're like,
Do
pick
it.
up your toys. I don't know.
Like, well, they have to be of age, right?
Oh,
Like,
right.
yeah. It's like, hi, like you have to establish that you're their stepmom. You can't just say like, you know.
It always seems like too much exposition. Like, as your stepmother, I tell you to start cooking dinner. Like, I don't know.
Like, yeah, so that's really hard for me to do. I don't do a lot of that. It's hard. It's hard. I'm not even like people call me MILF, like call me MILF all you want, but I'm like, I don't have kids. I'm technically not a MILF. You know what I'm saying? So okay.
Yeah, definitely getting MILF vibes for sure. Oh, this was from Al. This is about me, I'm sure. If she manages not to touch her hair for 30 seconds, I will give her $10,000. Was this about me or Nikki?
First of all, this is I think when I'm nervous or when I'm like super, I don't know, maybe you're making me nervous.
It's a thing too. No, I looked it up. If you're preening, because I love this body language stuff. If you're preening with your palms down, it's like it's like maybe it is like a nerves thing, but if
Like
you
a
preen with your hands up, it's like a flirty thing because it's like you're showing your wrist, which is like
got it.
delicate. But I do it all the time. I'm constantly like
It's
my
fun.
fiance can always tell when I'm nervous because I'll do like a French braid or like double French braid. Like, what's this? What's going on?
I don't even realize how much I touch my hair until somebody points it out. But okay, I'm gonna keep touching it.
But it's okay, girl.
I just saved $1,000.
Chewy says, "Hey, Chrissy and the hottie Nikki Benz. I gotta show mad love to the whole city of Houston.
Aw.
Ooh, the whole city." And oh my God, from NVIDIA, you're too much, girl. New month, new candles. She's contributing to my candle fund because I have a candle right here burning next to my Hunter Biden action figure.
Love it.
Oh God, he's hot. Oh, maybe I'm keeping this too close to the.
Wait, does he have a crack pipe in his mouth?
Yes, they sent me a whole little accessories.
I love it.
A little crack pipe, a little like laptop. It's precious.
I had a Nancy Pelosi dog toy that my dogs would like rip apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard a rumor that OnlyFans was thinking of getting back to the idea of getting rid of adult content. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah. So here's my theory, and it's only theory. In my personal opinion, you know how they tried to kick us off literally like overnight and it backfired?
Basically last year, yeah.
And so it backfired and they're like, no, we're kidding. Just come back. But now I think they've gotten so strict and they're red flagging all these accounts for doing we're not doing wrong. Absolutely. Like literally I got flagged 3 times in a month. And I'm like, Like, so I submitted a ticket. I'm like, can you just tell me what I'm getting flagged for?
They
They're
don't
like,
even tell you?
they can't tell you. So after a certain amount of flags, they'll just like freeze your account. So I think that's how they're trying to push the adult world out. And I've asked other performers and they're like, yeah, like one guy, his account was locked for a whole freaking week until he deleted a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, this is, you know how like sometimes when you want to break up with a guy, you're just like mean to him, so he'll break up first with you type of thing? That's the situation with the OnlyFans.
Okay, so they're trying to break up with you guys by
Yeah.
being dicks.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Wow, that sucks. So, I'm sure you've kind of branched out to other fan sites in
No,
preparation.
so when they were basically kicking us off they gave us like a week's notice. They're like, bye, bitch. So we were the whole industry, like I think we didn't sleep for a week because we're like, what do we do? And all of a sudden, all these platforms popped up, right? And they just don't have the same interface. Like OnlyFans really, really did a good job. You know, like I tried other platforms and it's just not it for me personally. I can't speak for everybody else. If OnlyFans goes away, who cares? There's gonna be other. The thing is about porn is it's recession proof. So even if we're in recession, people always will pay for it. They always need it.
True. It's like a utility.
Yeah, you know, there will always be another site, like, you know, like there used MySpace and then whatever else was popular, and now TikTok. It's like it's gonna be like that. So I'm not too worried. And also, I'm in a position where like I'm not stupid with my finances. So
That's good.
if everything goes to hell, I'll be okay. You know what I
You'll
mean?
be okay. And you can always go back to being a lawyer. You can always dig
Yeah.
up the old suit and, get back in there. Okay, from Captain Z, honest question, does the number oh wow, it's an actual question. Does the number of partners for you affect the ability to form long-term relationships or serious emotional connections? Like, how do you eliminate the emotion of the act?
Well, I mean, last year I probably had sex with 4 guys total, and it was all for work. So like people think I just fuck all the I know I keep touching my hair. People just
Me
think
too.
people just keep like this is like another thing that pisses me off. People are like, how many guys have you fucked? Bitch, I literally fucked like 4 guys the entire year.
Yeah, so back off.
So I mostly shoot solo content with a dildo. So if you count that, then okay, a lot. Prior to OnlyFans, like, yes, I've been in the industry for 18 years, but I trust you, me, I still fucked less guys than your fucking regular local bottle service girl. Because I would work with the same guys over and over and over again. So does that count as like a number?
No,
I don't
it
think
doesn't
so.
count. No,
Especially
it's a
in
repeat.
my entire career, I've been under contract. So I've been like literally working with the same guys over and over and over again. Now, in the beginning of my career, yeah, I worked with a few like various guys, and then it just got like a roster of dudes that was just on the wheel of repeat. So those of you that are thinking I fucked 1,000 guys, I'm sorry, but I haven't.
Has it affect your and I don't even know about your relationship status, but has it how has it affected your
Well,
ability to have relationships?
I've always had a boyfriend. I've always been in the relationship. And it always starts with like the guy being okay, and then emotions get involved. He falls in love, and then all of a sudden he wants the real me, not be Nikki Benz, right? And I'm not okay with that. Like you met me as Nikki Benz. I'm not gonna quit. Here's my thing, right? I see girls quit the industry for a guy, but the guy's not supporting them or helping them. And then they come back broke with a kid and they have to start over. So my thing is this: you want to take me out of the industry? I don't expect you to like provide for me, but start a business with me. Like, let's build a kingdom, okay? But I'm not just gonna quit my industry just because you don't like it, right? Like, that's my mentality. You don't want me to work in it? No problem. I'm not a dumb bitch. I'll start a business with you. Period. The
I
end.
like that.
Yeah. So like nobody's offered that to me. So I'm like, okay, then my job is going to be number one. Now I'm at a point right now where I literally don't want to date. I'm so over it. The last date was so fucking horrible. I went out with this
Oh
Democrat.
no. Oh no, what happened? At what point of the date did you know he was a Democrat?
When he told me that, well, for one, when he wanted to split the check.
Not the first date. Come on. Did he ask you out or did you ask him out?
It was sort of like, I guess it was mutual, but like he picked the restaurant, right?
It'd be so funny if you were like, he was Democrat. It was Mitt Romney.
Listen, I don't care if you're a Democrat or actually I do care. I realize that if you're far left, we're not going to get along because our views are so different. And and then you'll meet those people, they'll be like, I'm actually a communist. And I'm like, holy fuck.
Then they really want to split the bill. They want to split the bill with everybody else in the restaurant.
Right. And then this guy that I was on a date with, he was talking shit about like a car that I drive, not realizing that I drive that car. And he was just talking shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what car would you buy? So he's telling me, he's like, well, I would buy a Mercedes so-and-so. And I'm like, well, what do you actually drive? And he drives like some fucking Prius. And I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, it was
You
just
can't
like,
trust a man who drives a Prius.
he had an issue with me having a gun. Yes, I'm a gun owner. Why? Because when I got my gun in 2020, I felt so much fucking safer. I lived in West Hollywood.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
activity going on Doheny. I used to live off of Doheny, if you know.
Okay, I know where that is.
And one of my windows was on the first floor. I lived in a condo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel so unsafe because people were throwing bricks. They were setting shit on fire. I'm like, I want to get a gun. And as soon as I got one, I felt safer. I don't ever want to use it, but I would rather have it and not ever have to use it than have to use it and not have it. So I tried to explain that to him, and he just totally thought it like I was the worst human being because I own a gun. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Like,
that's a childhood mentality. That's literally like a 19-year-old. Oh, I'm afraid of guns. I just got out of college. Like, what adult man is like, I don't know. Yeah, that's a red flag when a dude is like,
go to war, and these are the type of guys that are out there. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah. Mr. Goodnight wants to know what type of gun.
I have 2 Glocks, and I have a 2 Glocks 9mm, and I have a 1911 9mm as well.
Woo. All right. I think the chat just got a boner. Be like a girl with a gun. Al wants to know, Nikki, you've had some stuff done. Oh, we were talking about this in the pre-chat. Would you prefer to go back to the girl next door, like the natural look?
No, because like I said, when I saw Pam's titties at 14, I wanted them. I just fucking love big titties. Like I definitely need and it's so funny too. People are like, oh, you have too much Botox in your lips. Bitch, who gets Botox in their lips, first of all? Okay.
Right. They don't know.
They don't know. I've always had a big bottom. First of all, I'm Ukrainian. A lot of Ukrainians have big lips. So you got to look at that part. I've always had a big bottom lip. And then I just wanted to fill my top one a little bit to match it because it was like big and little, right? So like Ukrainians have big, juicy lips, motherfucker. Okay.
Get with it, Al.
Yeah. But I don't, listen, here's the thing. I don't judge. Here's my thing. You know how everyone's like, body positive, don't judge me because I'm overweight, blah, blah. Well, don't judge people who get plastic surgery. Like, it's all on the same table, right? Like, just don't judge. If you want to be whatever you want to be you, baby girl.
Yeah. You know who has had too much plastic surgery is this woman who, yes, I love the femme mail from the Daily Mail. It's news for women. I'm a big fan. So this woman who's 23 spent $50,000 on plastic surgery in a bid to emulate Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield, and says she has no plans to stop despite the cost and the difficult recovery. This girl is 23, Nikki. She's from Beverly Hills, California, if you won't be able to tell by looking at her. She spent $49,000 on surgery. I guess she's a reality TV star and musician. Of course she
Okay.
is. She recently had a BBL. It's a Brazilian butt lift, which cost her $15,000. She says she needs drains for blood and fluid, but the procedure was worth it. She's now preparing for her second boob job, and the surgery gives her confidence. Are you ready for the reveal? See what she looks like?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Tell me if she is giving you Marilyn Monroe vibes. I don't think Marilyn Monroe had like fake tits.
I don't think Marilyn Monroe had that face.
No, I'm not sure whose face she has.
Listen, I'm saying she's a pretty girl, but she looks like a blow-up doll.
Hold on, is there a framed picture of her in the back here? Is this her?
There's no way she looks like Marilyn Monroe. Like who's no
Oh my
no
god,
way.
I have the same camera.
I mean,
here.
like she should definitely have an OnlyFans for sure.
Let me see if she does. Let's find out.
I bet she does.
But she's only 23, and to me,
Yeah,
all this work has made her look older.
She looks about 45.
She does, yeah, and she didn't need to do all that. Oh, where does she get all this? She must do OnlyFans to have all this money, unless,
Like, see, like there, she looks prettier than like. Is that?
yeah.
I don't know. You know what? Again, look, people. I respect whatever people decide to do. Yeah, some people go overboard. Oh wow. Okay.
This was 23. So you can see, like, okay, she does look a little like younger here, but like I feel like her nose was fine to begin with, but maybe this is the after, so I don't really know what it looked like before. So she started getting wow, her first operation when she was 18 years old.
Oh wow. Well, I was 18 when I got my first boobie job.
That's true. That's true. She went from 32A to 32 double D. Okay, a lot of people do get that. Then she had a nose job. She wanted a Hollywood nose. And then she gets fillers and Botox. She spent
Hollywood nose.
She has a Hollywood nose. That's what she has right now. She's gonna go from 500 cc to 1,000 cc implants. Is 1,000 too big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 750 and it's hard to hide my titties. Like my titty, especially like if I put a padded bra on, my tits are huge. My fans are always like, "Did you redo your titties?" I'm like, "No, it's called bra padding."
Yeah. It's called a padded bra, guys. Get with it.
God damn.
See, I wonder how do you feel? I mean, I know you're kind of like, let people do what they want to do. If it makes you happy, go for it.
I think there's such thing as going overboard in everything, including politics, right? You can, if you're too left, you scare me. If you're too far right, you scare me too. And if you go too far in plastic surgery, remember the Catwoman?
Yes.
Like that's too much. Like we can all agree, like she just went she just lost her mind.
She does not look like a cat.
Like but I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't get you know what I mean? Like like somebody's got to tell her, like, baby girl, put your Amex away.
She's like, let me buy one more litter box. No, don't do it. I wonder if she actually goes in a litter box. That would be.
I feel bad for judging because again, I had stuff done, but I think when you like, there is such thing as overdoing it in everything in life. I do like her Chanel bag though. Good for her.
Oh yeah, that's probably expensive. But it's cute. So this was her before.
How is she getting all this money? Is she like?
I know. I have to find out. Because look at all of her shoes and like designer stuff. This is her closet.
Oh, I see the Marilyn Monroe inspiration.
Very bimbo chic. Yeah.
Yeah. She looks like actually a porn star that quit porn. She does not look like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, interesting. Let's see where she gets her money from. Let's see. She's talking about the recuperation after a BBL. You have to wear a compression garment for 23 hours a day. Blood and fluids. Okay. Yeah, she definitely is giving me escort vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, reality TV star. Maybe that's where she got the money. I don't know what show she's on.
Which reality TV show? Like, that's what I want to know.
Does it say?
Her body looks sick, but yeah, it's all plastic surgery.
Yeah, body looks good.
You know what's crazy though is, Kim Kardashian got her ass smaller and all of them. So like now smaller asses are like more in style now. Like skinnier is coming back.
It's
kind of
coming back. Oh, good.
like in early 2000s, you know?
Oh,
So
wow. See,
girls
look at this. Yeah, you can see they took, I don't know. Yeah, it looks a little bit.
she looks good. I mean, good for her,
Yeah.
whatever, you know? But what I'm saying is like all those girls that went overboard with the ass shots or BBLs, what are they gonna do when it's like A, out of style, or B, when you're like 50? Like, what do you do with
Can
it?
you take it out? Can you unleash it? Can you like empty it out? How does
I
that
don't,
work?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
That's why it's
know.
always good. Get the surgery you want. Don't follow the trends. Just like really make sure you want it, potentially for life. From flagrant triggers, simping some more for the lovelies. Nikki, what is something you do to unwind each day, and what is one of your favorite hobbies? Wow, look at that, a real question.
I love that question. I no longer do anything to unwind because I feel like I'm always working on OnlyFans. I'm being honest. I'm either shooting or I'm actually on it. Um, I do like to spoil myself by taking really expensive vacations on my birthday or like just like as a break. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'll work my ass off and then I'll travel like 5 star, you know,
Ooh, where do you like to go?
I went to Cabo in June and we stayed. I went with two of my girlfriends and we stayed at the Waldorf. It was beautiful. But you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Like that to me is worth it because I'm like, I just worked so hard. Like I deserve this vacation. Like that's how I like to spoil myself.
yeah.
I have 2 dogs. So every
Oh,
morning I love to cuddle with them. That's like my way of like relaxing, getting ready for the day. Back in the day though, and hobbies. I had hobbies before OnlyFans. OnlyFans became my hot. You guys, I'm a
does
work.
take up so much time, and like I've read that some people even can contract out the messaging portion of their OnlyFans. So they'll have somebody else just writing people back. So it's like the fact that you spend so much time on yours means you're just doing it all yourself.
I am in my account so fucking much. And also when I shoot, like a lot of people don't realize it's so much easier to go on a mainstream porn set because everything is set up for you. Your makeup gets done, you do your photos, you have sex, you go home. When you're shooting at home, like I am everything. And I literally will have I do get a makeup artist sometimes. So let's say I get up at I get up at 4, right? So my makeup starts at 8.
Wow.
I will
I
shoot
can't
until
wait.
2 in the morning and people don't realize how long of a day I have when I shoot by myself because it's just a lot. It's a lot.
Will you try to shoot like multiple scenes like all at
Yeah, yeah,
once and then you yeah, that's
exactly.
smart.
So I can have content for the next week or 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah. I like to stay ahead. I'm definitely workaholic, but back in the day, I would probably unwind with a glass of wine. I don't really drink anymore because I hate the way it makes me feel the next.
Yeah. I just drink these spiked seltzers occasionally because they're keto friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's very Sagittarius of you to be a workaholic.
Yeah. Well, I
Mhm.
mean, yeah. Is it such a maybe? I don't know. I don't believe in all that shit. What else? Tell me more,
Ah,
more about my time.
Sagittarians also really like to travel, so it's
I
another.
love to travel. Every year for my birthday, I made a promise to myself to travel to like a different country I've never been to before. And then COVID happened. And now I'm like, maybe I'll just like travel within the California and Mexico, you know?
Yeah, like maybe I'll just go to Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Freemium Nick, Nikki, what's your thoughts on girls faking male genital rings on OnlyFans? I know yours are authentic. What?
Like, okay, so yeah. So basically, like, you mean girls that are like, oh my God, your dick is perfect, 10 out of 10. Meanwhile,
Oh, ratings. I thought that said genital rings. Okay, I'm back. All right.
I listen, I give pretty authentic dick rates, but I also realize there's so many different like you know how like girls have different looking vaginas, but in general they're kind of more similar than guys' dicks. Like guys' dicks are so fucking different from one another. It's insane. Like there's so many different species of a dick. I never knew until I got OnlyFans because I've seen so many dick pics. Like wow, you guys, you know what I mean? Like some of them look like they've been through a meat grinder.
So will you actually be out there like giving like F minuses to guys' dicks?
No, never. Because listen, everybody deserves a good rating, but I'm also honest. Like if you don't manscape, points off, motherfucker.
Goodbye. You're not
Nobody
even trying.
like if nobody like, and I'll tell them, I'm like, no girl wants to blow you and then like come up and have like hair in her teeth. You know what I
Nobody
mean?
wants that. It's the least you can do. Make it hospitable down there.
Please. You expect us to shave? Motherfucker, shave your balls.
Shave your balls. Come on now. What's the lowest penis rating you've given?
Well, I made the guy retake the photo. I wouldn't even like rate him because
Because he blinked in the first one?
No, I hate when guys take their photo sitting on the fucking toilet. That is so disgusting.
No. What?
Socks on, sitting on the toilet. I'm like, bitch, at least like have some decency to like take it in front of a mirror or like in good lighting. You're on the toilet, my man. Like, don't do
Oh
it.
no. That's terrible.
I won't rate it. I'll make them resend me a photo.
That's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Ugh.
No, I don't like you like, pooping and sending me dick pics.
No, let's not. Yeah. They need a different location for that. Fat Master. Is Nikki against recreational fun with other male performers offset for pleasure, not for content either?
Yeah, I don't bring work home for fun. I work with work.
Gotta keep it professional, Fat Master.
Yeah, I like regular guys when I date.
Are you single right now? Are you looking?
No, I'm single. I'm not looking though. Like I said, I went on dates and I'm like, you know what? I really just I work so much that like I don't even like want to go anywhere on the date because then I'm like, but then I'm
Thinking
gonna like,
about what you have to do.
yeah, I'm like right now in the stage where I'm just a workaholic and like I'm okay with that. Really, I don't care about dating right now. I just don't care.
What takes up the most time? Is it responding to messages? And how many hours a day do you say you spend on OnlyFans?
It depends. I get up early. I do get up early in the morning, like at 4 a.m. almost daily.
Wow.
First thing I do is go on OnlyFans, and it's unhealthy. I need help. Like I really need help. It's so unhealthy.
You're on there, yeah.
I need help with like not being on social media. OnlyFans is so unhealthy for you. And I realized, so I have a goal. I'm like, I live a very high stress life. I do, because there's always something that needs to be done. And when you're a content creator, no matter what you're creating, you can never catch up, right? Like you always have to like stay ahead, because you don't know what's going to happen. You can get sick. I got sick for 2 weeks. I fell so far behind, right? I had people booking, like they book like customs or voice notes, and they were getting angry and I couldn't even like talk. And I'm like, bitch, I don't even have a voice. Like be compassionate. Like some people are so mean and then most of them are really, really nice and understanding, but yeah, I just work a lot. So to answer the guy's question, I need a fucking hobby. I definitely need to probably start drinking again.
Aw. What's your workout? What kind of workouts do you like to do?
Oh, I don't work out.
What? You have an awesome body for not working out. You're like genetically blessed.
I don't work out. I need to, but not because I want to get in shape. I think it's so healthy for your mental health, like to get
It really is.
To get that out.
It's so great for getting anxiety out. That's why I get up in the morning. Well,
So
not as early as you, but
so what kind of workouts do you do?
I really love these F45 classes because it's 45 minutes. It's circuit training. They move you along. It distracts you. It keeps you moving. It's just like, a couple of sets of each. You move it along. You can go as heavy as of a weight as you want. And then before you know it, 45 minutes, an hour has passed. You're sweating. They alternate the cardio days with like lifting weights. So sometimes it'll be like cardio arms, cardio lower body, and then a hybrid.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah, it's like really, it's similar to Orange Theory. But
I don't even know what that is. Like the only thing, I used to hike a lot. Like I love the outdoors, but like
it's so LA of you.
I know. I bought a Peloton bike. You know how many times I used it? I bought it last year in August. I used it 4 times.
That was your pandemic Peloton purchase?
It was. I'm like, I was so excited. I'm like, I'm gonna use it every fucking day. I got on it the first time. My ass hurt. Everything hurt. Because like the seat literally hurts your fucking ass. Yeah, I have to buy like extra padding for it.
It does. Spinning does hurt your butt. Yeah, Peloton really popped off for a minute there, but I bet a lot of people's bikes are just sitting with clothes on them.
Collects dust. I need to start. I need to start doing something. Maybe Pilates. We'll see.
Yeah. From Captain Z, thanks for the insight. But jumping JC on a pogo stock, get yourself a Smith and Wesson 45. They break in, they don't break out. God bless and Godspeed.
Amen.
Gun advice.
Well, the thing is about a Glock is Glocks are so durable. You can literally throw it in the sand and water and it'll still shoot. And that's why I got a Glock.
It's great for the beach. Yeah.
I mean, you can literally, and you don't have to ever like really clean it or oil it up or none of that stuff. It's like a perfect gun to have.
Yeah. Sounds low maintenance.
Yeah.
From Tapation. Nikki, which friends should go on the podcast? Oh, does he mean this podcast?
I don't know.
I mean, whoever wants to.
Whoever wants to. It's a free country still.
Nikki at the Content House in Orlando. Oh, okay, maybe if you're not doing anything towards the end of October, we're doing a Content House in Orlando.
Flying me out, flagrant triggers.
Yeah, flagrant triggers. She's a busy gal. Amoeba, a question for both of you. How did you craft your performance persona? Oh, my stand-up persona, it's definitely like a sassier, more like tell it like it is version of myself, probably.
Okay. I have an on-screen persona, which is like very sexy and seductive, you know, but in real life, I like to call myself spicy mommy, even though I am Ukrainian. I'm spicy as fuck. I'm feisty. I'm spicy. Like, please don't cut me off on the freeway. You know?
You get road rage?
Dude, still, like, I need to chill. But I have a really fast car, so I always outsmoke those motherfuckers.
Oh, do you really like vroom vroom and like race people?
Oh, yeah, mine's a V8, and it's it's fast.
Awesome, good for you. I drive a Ford Focus from 2010.
I will race you.
I call her Old Betty because she's old, but she's all right. She used to be owned by a priest who died, and then I got the car for free.
Hold on, she used to be owned by what?
My car, who I call my car like Betty because she's a girl. She used to be owned by a priest, and then he died, and then now I got to get the car for free.
But how did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know how he died.
No, I don't care about that part.
Oh.
How did the transaction go over to you?
Oh, literally just like my boyfriend's dad like knew a guy. Like just like in growing up, all my cars were like free. Like my dad also like got me free cars, like because he worked at a mechanic, and there'd always be people like leaving their cars behind, or he'd buy it for like $200 or something.
Wow, must be nice to be rich.
$200. Although I got the car for free and then let it sit in the driveway. Didn't drive it for like a month or two, and then I had to spend like $1,200 on like redoing the belt. So I learned my lesson about not driving my car, but I had to get the insurance. Okay, tell me about your fleshlight. What was the process like for getting a fleshlight made?
So they fly you out to Toston. Sorry.
Toston.
I'm making up cities. They fly you out to Austin. I think it was Austin. And so a lot of guys, Jesus Christ, think they put the mold inside of your pussy. That would literally kill you because it's, not good for your vagina.
I had a mold put in my mouth for braces, and if that's any indication, I was choking the whole time.
Yeah, that's different. But the mold, it is a little bit uncomfortable because you're literally sitting with your legs spread like this for a while. right? And then your legs get tired and people come and help you hold them. And they just mold outside of your pussy and your asshole, but your pussy lips have to kind of rise up. So they give you like a vibrator to stimulate your pussy with.
Oh,
And
okay, that makes sense. They have to, like, get into position.
so it's kind of like, baking. So I had to kind of raise the dough. And then so they mold that part. And then the inside of it, like they decide what it's going to be for each girl. And my
Oh.
SE, from what I've been told, is very, very nice. So I have two of them. I have the anal one, which is called Rain. Like not like raindrops, but like rain, because you're a queen.
Okay.
And MVP for most valuable pussy. And that one I've been told by dudes feels really good. So I used that on my ex-boyfriend. Like I used it on him and he really liked it. Like he came in it, I let him clean it out. I'm like, I'm not cleaning that.
That's probably the biggest pain in the ass. If I had an anal fleshlight, mine would just say like, get out of there. Like I would have a voice component that like as soon as you put your dick in, it's like, oh, what do you think you're doing? Like I'm sleeping. It would just say like,
dude, that's actually kind of a neat idea. Like every comic should have an anal fleshlight.
or like, yeah, if I had a regular flashlight, it would just be like, I have gas, or like I'm tired, or like whatever I have a headache.
I have a headache.
Excuses are.
That's
And by the way,
what's good about having a fleshlight. It doesn't talk back, you guys. If it does, it doesn't have a headache. It's not moody. You can just fuck it whenever,
yeah. Are you worried about like real dolls taking over or sex robots taking over?
I hope I'm fucking dead before all that happens. I'm not worried about any of it. I think it's weird. I know one guy married one of those things. There's like an article about that. He married.
Oh yeah.
And he literally said, I married it because it doesn't talk back. It doesn't have a headache. It just stays quiet. And I'm like, you have a lot of issues. Like something bad happened to you as a kid.
Who hurt you? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no, guys, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Is your sex doll gonna cuddle you at night or make you pancakes? I don't think so. I guess maybe we're not at that level yet, but I probably one day they will. Let's be honest, they'll probably get there.
We'll be dead by then. They'll be so advanced, you won't know who's human, who's like a sex robot,
That's my hope. So this woman, this is a little bit of advice, Nikki, before you start a new exercise regimen. Okay, so this woman got stuck upside down in an exercise machine and she had to call 911 for help. So this is a cautionary tale. So this woman is from Ohio, if that gives you any sense.
Well, say no more.
Shade, Ohio. She got okay. So this was this was in a gym. I thought this was a home gym. Okay. She became trapped upside down in exercise equipment that had to be extricated by police. Footage of her fitness fiasco boasts millions of views of TikTok. Okay, so is this a setup or is it just a coincidence that she was recording and then put it into a TikTok? Let's watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this a setup? Let's watch the whole. Let me see. Let me try to get this TikTok because I'm not on TikTok because I don't need the Chinese to have all my info. Okay, let's go.
They have all my info.
And you have to call 911 because you get stuck on the inversion thing at 3 a.m. at the gym. What's she doing at 3 a.m. upside down? She's a vampire. Oh, they rescued her. This could be the beginning of a porn, Nikki.
Definitely set up. Like, why would you record yourself like that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And even if you're brand new, if you suck at this thing, why would you record yourself if there's like even a chance you're not proficient at the inversion table?
And who called 911?
Did she just have her cell phone near her, maybe? This would be a great start to a porn, though, I think. It's
absolutely.
And then they fall in love. And she gets banged out on the inversion table.
Absolutely. Scrambled eggs, all of that.
I feel like I come up with a lot of good ideas. All right, I guess she's fine. She was embarrassed. How long was she upside down for?
I would be embarrassed based on where she lives. Forget that.
You have such shade to the flyover states.
Shade.
How long have you lived? Oh, because you've been in LA the whole time.
Yeah, and everybody hates us.
Oh, what do you think of Gavin Newsom? What do you have you noticed? Like, it's taken a turn. Not like you don't have to get that political, but just from what you've noticed over the last few years, like has the homeless gotten
When
worse?
we had a recall, I definitely did not vote for him. LA has turned into a fucking Gotham City. Literally. Beverly Hills, doesn't matter where you are, it's bad. It is bad. You can't wear nice jewelry. Sometimes they'll follow your nice car. There's been a lot of robberies where they'll follow a nice car home and they'll just rob you. Those love bracelets from Cartier, and you need a screwdriver to
Oh, yeah, they, like, lock on, and what,
uh-huh.
you give a man the key, and they're like, "It's
So
on
the only way
forever."
to take it off is to take the screw and then unscrew it. So now they've gotten so advanced at robbing you that they now have the little screw, and if they see a lady with the love bracelet, they'll just put a gun to her rib cage and be like, "We're gonna
What?
do
You're
this."
getting mugged for a bracelet? People are getting mugged for a bracelet now? Wow.
It's bad. I mean, I went to a really expensive restaurant, Mr. Chow, with my friends to eat. And then it's in Beverly Hills, you're spending like $400, $500 for dinner, but you're having an experience, like you're trying to have a nice time. You don't do this daily. And then you
Yeah.
walk out and there's a bum taking a fucking piss. Like, you know what I mean?
Whoa.
Like it's become Gotham City. Like
At
that's
least if he could be, like, maybe part of the fountain, like, he could be, like, ambiance, like, pissing, like, sort of gracefully, but no, they're not even doing that.
and hence why I've moved out of LA. I mean, I'm still
Okay.
LA County, but I'm out of LA. I had to get the fuck out.
That's good. That's smart. You
Yeah.
gotta stay safe. NVIDIA wants to know, can't marry sex bots. Don't tell it to J doll. Okay, we know somebody who has 3 of these sex dolls, and then is like very judgmental of the living women that he knows. Like I don't know. He said that I looked rained on once, and I'm not over it. So
So
this man,
he hates human beings.
I think so. I think
Okay.
he's not about that flesh and bone there.
Well,
Okay, let's see. Let's get your take on. Okay, so apparently the Gen Z people, that's the
oh
youth.
boy, they're so sensitive too.
The youth. The youth have decided that they are. Oh my God, did I lose this article? Okay, here it is. Hinge survey says that Gen Z is over hookup culture post-COVID. The pandemic was something of a reset for many ways of life that we took for granted, but new data is showing that it's even a catalyst for changing the modern dating scene, especially for Gen Z. I forget how old Gen Z people are.
Gen Z, I think, is after 95.
Okay. Are they even old enough to date right now? What are they, 12?
I mean, if it's scary. If you're born in 2000, you're like
You can
20.
drink.
Oh my God.
I saw that in a restaurant the other day. It said, like, you have to be born in 2000. I was like, 2000?
I feel old as fuck when I see that shit. I think that's not only for Gen Z. I think that's also for millennials, I feel like.
Yeah.
I know a lot of millennials. I know we're talking about Gen Z. Dude, they're sensitive as fuck. I was on set and I just made a joke how they were known for like eating Tide Pods. Remember when all of that was happening?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he literally had a fit. He's like, "That's not what we were remembered for." Blah, 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 blah. And he went on this whole thing, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
You're like,
to."
wow, sounds like you ate a Tide Pod.
Then at the end of the day, I found out he's a communist. I'm like, it makes sense.
There you go.
But I feel like a lot of I'm an old millennial. We're like on the cusp of like whatever before it was millennials.
Yeah, like, you don't really identify. I don't really feel like I am a millennial.
I do. I'm an old millennial. But a lot of us, a lot of millennials are not having children. They are buying homes for their dogs to have a backyard.
That's
Uh,
nice though.
that's a statistic. They are not dating as much and not having as much sex, and not. I don't think it has anything to do with COVID. I think it's just society.
Do you think I think people are not prioritizing, like, it's a deprioritization of self-care and pleasure in general, and sex is just one of those things. I think people are working way too hard. Most people are in debt. Most people are like have, 1, 2 jobs, and then if they're parents, they feel like they have to put the kids before themselves, so they don't take care of themselves at all. Like, I've just seen so many moms. It's like, do you spend 2 seconds on yourself a week? And it's makes me feel a little bit sad. But I just feel like people are not they're losing themselves in their jobs, in their kids, in their
Yeah,
responsibilities.
that's why I don't got no kids. I'm smart.
Did you ever want kids?
No. I've known since a young age. It's not my thing. I love, my dogs are my children. I really treat them like they're my kids, but I get they're not human, even though I think they are. But I've never had that need, the biological need to have children. I don't absolutely want them. And
Yeah.
it's fucked up though. The universe was like, all right, bitch, you don't want to have kids? No problem. Now that I'm 40 and every guy that I want to go on a date with has fucking kids. So either way, I gotta have kids. I
You
got
have to
fucked.
be around them. But now you can be you're the fully realized stepmom.
No. And this is why I'm not dating, because I don't want no stepkids either.
You don't wanna make any sandwiches. You're like, "I'm not cutting crusts
Hell
off
no.
anyone."
No. No, I need a guy with no kids. No kids. If you got any guys out there with no kids, hit
I
me up.
know a lot of guys with no kids, yeah. And I will make a list for when you're ready to get back in the dating pool.
Although, what somebody told me, that guys with no kids are actually so self-absorbed, you don't want to date them. Whereas women, we're like natural, like we like to like is it
Yeah,
nourish?
nurturing.
Nourish, and like, whereas guys, they don't have that in them. So if a guy is past a certain age without kids, like you want to avoid that too. So then I'm like, who the fuck am I gonna date?
Yeah, you could find either a guy whose kids are, like, grown, so they're,
Yeah,
like, out of the house, or yeah, that's probably your best bet,
yeah,
I
I
think.
think so. And then for sure, I'm gonna be a stepmom for sure. Like,
And somebody who had, like, kids younger and they're like, "Oh, first
yeah.
wife, goodbye." Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're
I,
the rebound. You're, like, the hot new thing in their life.
I'll be like, their wife will be like, so I need like a 60-year-old then, right? Like I need to date somebody
Maybe?
older.
I think a guy let's see if a guy no, you could have a guy in their 50s if they had kids in their 20s or
Yeah,
30s even. Yeah.
not in the area I fucking live in. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
It's all gonna work out, Nikki. From Captain Z. Whoa, wife wants skincare product advice. She wants to know if Korean face masks are truly the best. So what's your routine? Hmm.
A lot of Korean products that people don't realize, they're actually really good, but they're made for a Korean skin, so it's different from our.
Oh,
And also their weather is different, so it actually doesn't work as well in the States, and it depends where you live in the States, right? Korean, like, climate is different, so a lot of their skincare product is made for Korean skin in consideration with the climate. If that makes
okay.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried there's this brand that starts with a T, something with a T. And I had a moisturizer from them. It was like okay.
Yeah. It's really good? SkinCeuticals. So where I live, it's really dry. And so it's like the only face cream that can really, really moisturize me properly. Just, yeah. Free
Yeah,
tip. Yeah.
I do like a SK2 toner right now. That's a decent brand. I do a Sunday Riley moisturizer, and like at night it's like this blue serum. It's like this what the hell is it called? It's blue. I don't know. It's pretty moisturizing. And then yeah, I have a bunch of Sunday Riley stuff that I'm happy
Yeah.
with. But I feel like I switch around a lot. Like there's no like one product. Although Ole Hendrickson has a face wash. It's like an anti-aging face wash that I really love because it gets your makeup off really well.
Yeah.
And you're not stuck there like wiping off eyeliner and makeup for an hour and like
I don't know, I'm gonna
mascara.
have to look into that because I
It's
wear.
really good. It's really good. It's like orange. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah. I have to wear a lot of makeup for my work, unfortunately. And guys always ask me that, well, you look pretty with that makeup. I'm like, but you don't understand. This is like camera makeup. I have to have it on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, even if you do a sexy, like, I'm just waking up, like, ah. Yeah, we have to look on point all the time, guys. Even I have to, like, put on makeup for this.
I honestly hate wearing makeup. Like, I wish I just never had to, but for my work, I really do. You guys just don't want to see me sometimes when I first wake up. It's like, oh, fuck, I scare myself.
I like to do eye makeup. Like, I like to do, like, a cat eye, and I'm getting more into eyeshadow these days. Like, I have a pink eyeshadow on, but I have to be careful because I can very quickly look like I have pink eye, which is not the vibe.
I'll be like, girl, what did you do this morning?
Be like, woo! I got some.
Okay, listen, really, really cute fact that I need to share, and now I'm embarrassed. Now I gotta like schedule my dentist appointments around dick sucking, so they can tell.
Wow.
Dick.
What? Your dentist can tell?
Dentist can tell. Every dentist can tell when you have sucked a dick the night before. Tonight,
No.
your esophagus, there's bruising on the inside, and there's a certain pattern and they can tell. And they said the most of the time, and like where they see it the most frequently is after Valentine's Day. So now I'm thinking back, I'm like, man, how many times have I gone to the dentist after I sucked my man's dick? And like,
oh my God. Wait, so dentists are out here talking behind our backs?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's a fact.
Do they teach this in dental school? Like, how are they finding this out?
Girl, I saw this yesterday and I was shook. So now I gotta like make sure I don't suck dick for 2 weeks before I go to the dentist. I don't want them judging me.
I'm looking this up right now. It comes up obviously right away.
It was a video. It was a video. It might have been on
Can
TikTok.
dentists really tell if you've been giving oral sex? And that's, of course, dramatic reenactment. They know when we've been eating shit, like eating poorly. They know when we've been smoking and avoiding the dentist, and they know how many fillings. But can they tell about dick sucking? Let's see.
This article better be honest because they can tell. I had a dentist that admitted to it on camera.
Really? Okay, so this was a viral tweet. When is this article from? Okay, 2018. So it's old. But there was a viral tweet posted in 2018 by a woman billing herself as a dental hygienist, which claimed that dentists can tell if someone has recently performed oral sex on a man because a few little red dots pop up at the back of their throat.
Yeah, and then you also can have a certain type of bruising, and it has a pattern. So ladies out there, just after sucking dick, wait a few days before going to the dentist. Or guys, because guys suck dick too. We don't.
There is some people that are dispelling that myth. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so maybe they can tell if you grind your teeth. I wonder if they can tell if you've been on Grindr.
So I definitely grind my teeth. My dentist told me that they've seen the most people grind their teeth during 2020 because of
That
stress.
makes sense.
We're all like stressed out, like what's gonna happen? I still have PTSD. I remember waiting 45 fucking minutes outside of the grocery store just to get in to get some fucking food.
Wow.
I don't like nuh-uh. And apparently pandemics come every 100 years, and that's a fact because last one was 100 years ago. So like we're gonna be dead by the time the next one comes.
Good. I hope they don't have another one planned. That's
monkeypox is not really a pandemic.
No. I predict the next big dating apps will focus around being healthy and prioritizing quality, as in serious connections and building concurrent goals. Thoughts from the female perspective? I don't. Yeah, maybe. I think the people that don't want to have casual sex are meeting people in places during the day or at church, or they're just not going through dating apps.
So I don't want to have casual sex. Like, I know people may assume that about me, but I really fucking don't. It's the last thing I want to do. Honestly, I want to have a connection. Like, I want somebody who is intelligent. So like, I don't want to talk to the wall. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like that turns me on. There's actually a word for it. It's almost like a fetish, like intelligent men.
Oh, like you're turned on by someone's brain or something?
Yeah, like that gets me wet. Just be smart. Talk to me smart. This
Like
is
if you
why
guys
most of my ex-boyfriends are all Jewish. They're smart as fuck, okay?
I like that. Talk to me smart should be like some of your merch. Like that should be on a shirt. Sapiosexual, that's what it's called.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like if you're reading the same kind of books or like, you know, watching the same kind of content. Just smart stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think like we've become really dumb as a society thanks to social media. And like
I know it's
I
hard
found
'cause it's
out
kind
that
of part of our job too.
our TikTok apparently is all like about like doing like weird shit and numbers pop up, like just dumb shit, right? Like
Mhm.
dumb dances. Like one girl licked a toilet seat and then got COVID, like shit
I
like
know that girl.
you
She's
do?
she's done my show.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a prank too. I think she actually like cleaned the toilet before licking it. What was her name? She was the one who claimed to date Pete Davidson.
Ava Louise.
Ava,
Does porn now.
Ava Louise. She does porn now. Of course she does.
oh, well, who
Yeah.
does? But did she actually get COVID after that?
No.
No. I think that was just a stunt.
But
Good girl, though.
people, so in America, that's our TikTok, right? And it is hella fucking entertaining. Don't get me wrong. But then in China, their TikTok is completely different. It's educational.
It's violins. Yeah.
Like they reward people for like inventing stuff. I'm like, this is why they're here and climbing, and we're like declining, and I'm really scared.
We're
Okay.
getting dumber. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, we'll turn it around. I have faith. I have faith in us. We just need to hit a rock bottom, I think, as a society, and maybe we're getting there. Nikki Benz, I'm what?
We're definitely headed that way.
We're there. We're so close. Nikki Benz, you're an absolute delight. I am totally obsessed with you. Where can people follow you? And other than your OnlyFans and your Twitter at Nikki Benz, any place else they should go?
Instagram at Nikki Benz. They always fucking shadow ban me. Twitter at Nikki Benz. NikkiBenzFans.com. Of course, my fleshlight.com/Nikki Benz. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm on TikTok too, but you guys, honestly, I fucking hate doing TikTok videos. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Okay. But if you want to find me on there, it's at Nikki_Benz. You're welcome.
Awesome. I don't understand TikTok either, if that makes you feel any better.
I think maybe we're too old for it. Who knows? Maybe.
It's not, yeah, we're not the target demo. It's okay.
But then I see like really old people on there and they have like 300 billion followers. And I'm like, how?
Yeah. It's a mystery to me as well. Thank you to everybody in the chat for your comments and questions and your simping. We appreciate you. Thank you, Nikki. You're a delight. This was so fun. And
Thanks
we will
for
talk.
having me.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.